This is a 2011 Mitsubishi Lancer, and it was my very first car. This 2011 Mitsubishi Lancer SX was my very first car. And inside here is a 4-cylinder 2-litre engine. And this is what powers the beast. So Riley, do you reckon we should start off with power?
Yeah, look, power figures in this car are nothing too astonishing, nothing too groundbreaking. It's a pretty healthy, what is it, 150?
At stock, this car has 150 horsepower or 113 kilowatts.
Yep.
And its torque is around 200. So
Yeah, right.
for a basic P-plater car, it's not too bad, but for fast speed and overtaking,
look, I
it's
guess
not the dream car to have.
That's exactly it, right? It's not a performance car, it's an economy car, and it's not pretending to be something it isn't either. You know, it's designed to be very driver friendly and just, you know, economical, point A to point B sort of car. And for
Exactly.
that,
A daily driver.
Exactly, and this has been great for that. Obviously, you've put it through a lot of
Adventures.
yeah, it's been through a lot.
A goat has stood on it, it's been in a ditch, it's been stuck on grass, it's been caught fire, but there was no footage of that one.
It's definitely been through more than your average 2011 Lancer, but
mechanically, it has had no issues.
Exactly.
I've taken to the mechanic 6 times in my 2.5 years of owning it, and I've had no issues.
this car's a proper workhorse, isn't it? Like,
Yeah.
there's not that many cars on the roads that you could drive like this and put it through its paces as much as you have. I mean, you haven't just been driving point A to point B, you've been driving off-road, you've been smashing it around Cotter, trying to keep up with cars that are much quicker.
And plenty of times I've pulled the e-brake and power slide.
Exactly.
Fun.
Like, this car has been abused. There's no real sugarcoating or going around that.
But it is the prime car to abuse.
Exactly. Like, there are no other cars that could cop the abuse as well as this. I'm confident in that. You know, I've obviously driven a lot of old shit boxes by now, and some cars are just built for it and some aren't, and this is one that absolutely is built for it. You can neglect this, you can abuse it, you can hate it, you can probably set the engine on fire, and I guarantee you it'd still turn over if you replaced, you know, some of the very small things that need to be done, like wiring. Like, this car is indestructible.
You will not have any mechanical issues while you own it. So I've driven this car around 40,000. I bought it at 170,000 kilometers driven, and I've driven it to 210,000, and I've had no mechanical issues.
Which actually, in the scheme of things, isn't really a lot of driving. So that's over about, what, 3 years?
Yeah, 3 years of driving.
Yeah, so
And that's when I was driving to work, an hour there, an hour back, and economy-wise, it was $50 a week for fuel.
Yeah.
For that whole week of driving there and back.
Yeah,
So-
that is bloody good. You know, this car really has, it's definitely held its own. And yeah. What's some of your fondest memories with this car?
Fondest memories are probably when I first got it. I thought it was like nothing on wheels. It felt really light,
Yeah.
but over time I got used to it.
And you've probably driven other cars now too.
Yeah.
How do you think this compares?
So with a Nissan, which is a family saloon car, that acceleration's horrible, but with this on the pedal, I can drive it straight off and not worry about crashing into anyone for acceleration wise. That sun's in my eyes.
Yeah, right. All right.
And for the price, so the value range is around 4,500 to 10,000, depending on the quality
Condition,
of your car.
Ks, of course, all those standard things. Yep.
But for a cheap car to drive, it's one of the best. Honestly, you won't have to buy major parts to repair it or anything like that. There is some issues, which is...
Yeah, I was going to ask, what are some of the negatives that you've had with the car?
Well, the main negative is Bluetooth.
Pretty frustrating.
Here is a lot of play with the wheel. As you can see, I'm fingling around and I'm not barely turning. So there's a lot of play with the wheel, there's a lot of play with the handbrake. I can just pull it like that.
Very confident
and have not issues with it.
Yeah, okay.
So those are the three
main things.
Yeah. So a lot of play there. The Bluetooth is, and the wiring's a bit off. Sometimes if I wanted to turn down the music or anything, it changes to switching the song. So
Right.
you would have to have a look at that, and I hear it's quite complicated. I haven't had it gotten repaired, but
But in all fairness, this was one of the earlier cars to come equipped standard with
Yes.
Bluetooth audio and
This-
phone connection.
I'm
So-
still amazed this is 10 years old. It
Yeah.
still has Bluetooth and all the stock standard thing. It doesn't have a touchscreen, but
Yeah.
you
Oh,
usually
yeah.
see those in high value cars.
It holds up, yeah. You
Yeah.
know, it's no BMW or an Audi, but it's for the price. That's the big thing that we keep coming back to. You know, you get real good value with this car.
The dash is a bit simplistic. It's easy to know.
Exactly. It's very, you know, it's very tactile and it is very intuitive. You know, there's no fucking annoying iDrive select knob or annoying menus to swipe through. Everything is there and it's easy to see. It's laid out and it's something, you know, a toddler could use, a grandma could use.
Yeah, anyone can use it.
Yeah.
It's a very, it can be your just standard car for your first car, and I think it's pretty good at.
That's all it's trying
It's
to
mission
be as well.
accomplished.
You know, yeah, exactly.
It's a bit exciting with the stock standard spoiler that most of them have. But
Yeah. It looks sporty, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's-
You know, it's this edition in particular, because this isn't like the very base package. This is a little bit more.
The XX.
Yeah, right. So it's got a few more, I guess, exterior modifications, the bigger alloy wheels.
Yeah.
And I think the interior is a little bit nicer on this one as well. And usually notice those things, especially as a daily driver. And obviously the spoiler is nice to look at from the exterior. It doesn't impede on your vision though, either. I've driven some cars like WRXs where you look out the back and that is really right in your face. It is
Yeah.
hard to see out the back of it. But no, this car, honestly, for the amount of things that it's been put through, is bloody incredible.
So let's go swing back to the three biggest issue. I would say another one is that's come to mind is traction. It does not like grass. It will get stuck in the farmland. It will not drive away. It hates it.
Yeah, right. I guess in a lot of ways that is fairly standard though.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that is obviously a
It's
reasonable
flat
concern.
ground as well.
It's front wheel drive
Yeah.
too, so I think that's probably one of the biggest drawbacks. And I know that for your next car, you are looking at something rear wheel
Rear-wheel
drive.
drive.
Have you driven a rear wheel drive car before?
No, I'm excited, and this one it's a good automatic car. I should mention that this is an automatic, and
It's funny you say that
what?
because I don't like the automatic in this.
Really?
I find that earlier cars with CVTs like this and the Suzuki Kizashi and some of the earlier Subarus that have CVTs, I really don't enjoy the way that these gearboxes drive. We'll pick it up soon.
We'll pick it up later on. And for fun, we decided to test the Lancer's 0 to 100 time.